Hello Taurus, hope you all are doing well. Keep in mind July 2nd and July 16th we're having, first July 2nd we're having a new moon in Cancer, and we're having a solar eclipse in Cancer, and July 16th is a lunar partial eclipse in Capricorn and a full moon in Capricorn. So those are very important dates to remember, so mark them on the calendar if you're into astrology or whatever. If not, then just check it, but those are very prominent dates. And a lot of times eclipses can either remove things out of our life, add new things in our life, but it's a really great time to really dig deep into the roots of our core, to really figure out what it is we want, to focus on what we want. And with all these retrogrades happening, it's very conflicting with those, because we want to move forward in life, but a lot of these retrogrades will twist that, where we can't move forward or the internet's not working. So try to be patient with going with everything the way it is, and you can't always make those clear decisions that you want to because of these retrogrades. And it's not the retrogrades' fault, it's just the energies, they resist you to make these changes in our lives. And Taurus, believe me, you guys have gone through the ringer. I just recently discovered one Taurus found out he's a father. And I don't think he's ready for it, but I feel like, sometimes things happen unexpectedly. So Taurus are really going through it, I feel like. I don't really talk to them on a regular basis, but I know you guys are going through a lot. So just try to take deep breaths, meditate if you can, especially with this Cancer season now approaching, or now going on. Keep in mind of your energy as well. Rest if you need to. Anyways, I pre-shuffled the card, and also this is a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone, just some of you. Coming into July, Taurus, you got the Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Lovers. Whoa, those are pretty good. So yeah, you want to move forward. You have new beginnings coming for you. The universe is stepping in to help you with these changes. And then the Lovers. So I feel like you're in a good place, Taurus, but also too, you're out of your element. You're not in earth energy, but I feel like ultimately you're doing the best you can in this new dynamic, whatever that may look like to you. You're noble on your throne here, trying to make the best of this situation, trying to move forward as best you can. Lovers, I feel like there is imbalances here. Recently, someone came back, and I feel like it really shaped things. So I feel like you're looking forward to the future. You're looking forward to this new chance, new experience in life. So way to go for you guys. And then the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Cups. I'm going to bring the other ones out here. Five of Cups, the Hangman in reverse, and then the Seven of Wands, and then the Temperance. So I feel like with coming into this Knight of Pentacles, you're giving the best of the best in this situation, whatever that may look like. It could be an uncomfortable situation. You're just sitting there waiting to offer something. But with the Three of Cups right here, it could be, you're trying to figure out what it is you want to give to. Maybe you have multiple options. You're single and you have multiple options, but it looks like with the Three of Cups, you're kind of weighing out your options, because I feel like things are going good. You don't want anything else, but there's still something in you that you're kind of like teeter-totting. What do I do? Now that I got this new beginning, new start, new things to look for in the future, this new love or a potential love, what are you willing to give to? You don't want to get in this cycle, endless cycle. You're giving too much to something that's not really open to you that could be indicating your friends, family. With the in reverse, I just feel like be very careful, mindful of what you're giving to. Whether it's, you know, a family dynamic, friends dynamic, a lover, you know. Maybe you're having a battle with that, especially lovers, and then Three of Cups, friends. So maybe you're trying to balance it out, and I feel like some of you have had a struggle with that. You know, maybe you left someone out crying because you wanted to go visit friends because you miss your friends, but also, you know, someone's depending on you to make these changes with them. So I just feel like you need to be careful what you're giving to. You know, friends, foe, partnership. Just be very careful what you're giving. Because I feel like 9, it's going to get you dry. Either way you look at it, you know, you have to work on stabilizing this situation when it comes to the fruit of your labors. Like, what are you working towards? Because I feel like with these good cards popping up, it could indicate, you know, you're kind of like all over the place when it comes to not necessarily knowing what you don't want or what you do want. I just feel like you're kind of like, you don't have a direction, a clear direction. Like, you have so many opportunities. You have so many things, you know. But in turn, you're like, I don't know what to do with these. Like, I have so many things I could do. But I just feel like it's really hard to make these decisions when it includes friends and a lover. And then 7 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're unsure. It could get you a little stressful. But I just feel like you need to make up your mind. That's what I'm about to say. You have so much passion going forward, but you need to make up your mind what you're going to do. You know, what's worth your time? What do you want to invest? What is your resource in this situation? Because it looks like you're all over the place. Because you got literally 3 wands. So you're ready to take action. But I feel like you're just slowly trying to figure out what you want to do. You don't want to be too rushed. I'm not saying that. You guys do not like to be rushed. But you need to figure out, you know, what can sustain the situation now. And if you're in a committed relationship, you need to figure out, okay, if I'm giving too much to something that I shouldn't be giving, whether it's love, whether it's friends, you really need to balance it out. I think that's why the 3 of Cups is here and the Lovers, to remind you, you know, there is balance here. I'm not saying there isn't. It's just making the right investment. You know, you could be dealing with an Aquarius because they kind of had that reading. But what are you willing to give to? Then you have the 5 of Cups here. So maybe you're afraid of losing something when it comes to your relationships. Like, you're going to lose something in the process if you don't give. You know, maybe a lot of you been looking for work and you're not finding exactly what you want, but it's going to affect your relationships. Because some of you, you know, you don't really have a place to call home, but some of you want to move. But at the same time, I feel like in some way you don't want to lose something. Because a 5 of, you know, maybe that's what you're fearing out of this situation. If you give too much, you know, you're going to be high and dry. You're going to be depleted. So the best thing to focus on, what could balance it out. Because balance is here. It's just managing your time and resources. And then the Hangman in reverse. So you need to get your perception right. And I feel like maybe some of you have been dilly-dallying, like you're not wanting the responsibility. You don't want to deal with it. It's too stressful. But I feel like, you know, some of you, you know, you have to be willing to step up the plate, be willing to, you know, do the uncomfortable. I know you guys hate doing the uncomfortable, but it's not going to be easy, you know, to make these grand decisions. But I feel like ultimately you have to get in balance with what it is you want versus what you want in a relationship or friendship. Like, ultimately, but some of you, you have this new beginning here, But it looks like to me you're kind of hesitant about it because it involves work. It involves, you know, a lover. It involves people coming together. Maybe some of you are afraid of commitment. But I feel like for some of you, this is general. I'm just trying to read it as best I can. You know, you're afraid of the commitment part. Some of you may not be ready for a commitment. I just feel like you need to focus. Like, have a heart-to-heart talk about what it is you want to invest, because you don't want to invest something in long term that's going to make you feel depleted at the end of the day. You know what I mean? 7 of Wands in reverse. So kind of resistant to the change. And you guys don't do well with change. I don't either. I'm not even a Taurus. And I don't do well with this change. It freaks out. But yeah, 7 of Wands. Kind of resistant to it. Like, you know you got to do it. You know you got to do the hard work. You guys are the builders of the zodiac. You know, you love to see that the fruits of your labor are, you know, getting somewhere. But I just feel like you're having a hard time in what to invest in. You know, there's so many options out there for you. It's just a matter of time what is willing to invest. What are you giving to? And what in the long run is going to help you in your life? Temperance. So it's a lot about patience. And I think fairly, some of you are good about that, because you do things in a way where you want to make the right choices. But I think sooner or later you're going to have to decide on what you're going to do, because something's depleting you. Something is questionable here, I feel like, whether it's a love dynamic or a relationship with, you know, who you want to collaborate with, possibly. So I just feel like, you know, ultimately you guys want to be stable, of course, but you want to make the right decision where, you know, ultimately it gets evened out. You know, if you're in a committed relationship, you know, they have a win in this situation, and you know, just, it's hard to know exactly. I've been there. It's hard to know when you're in a relationship or even a friendship, you know, what's willing to give and what's not, you know, what's okay and what's not okay, because at the end of the day, you don't want to feel depleted. So hopefully you guys can make up your mind what you're going to do exactly, especially when you have 2 wands here. So you're ready to take action. You're ready for this new beginning. But at the same time, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know if I'm ready. Turbulence! I don't. It's like you got to take it slow, yes, but sooner or later you're going to have to make up your mind. That's what's hard. You know, I'm not trying to be forceful because you guys do not like change. But slowly make the changes as possible. But yeah, sooner or later you're going to have to make the changes. Uncomfortable changes. Changes in your environment, changes in everything of everyday life. And I know it's scary, but yeah, I'm here. I totally agree. So anyways, bye-bye, Taurus.